The voices of a million angels could not express my gratitude. All that I am and ever hope to be, I owe it all to thee. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory for the things He has done. With His love He has saved me. With His heart He has raised me. To God be the glory for the things He has done. Just let me live my life. Let it be pleasing unto Thee. And should I gain any praise, let it go to heaven above. With His love He has saved me. With His heart He has raised me. To God be the glory for the things He has done. How can I say thanks for the things You have done for me? Things so undeserved, yet You give to prove Your love for me. The voices of a million angels could not express my gratitude. All that I am and ever hope to be, I owe it all to Thee. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory for the things He has done. With His love He has saved me. With His heart He has raised me. To God be the glory for the things He has done.
Morning. Okay, so today I'll be reading True Mother's Prayer on Gory Island. Heavenly Parent, how many long years have passed as you worked hard and took a sorrowful course to find your sons and daughters? We know of the history that has painted heaven many times because of mankind's ignorance. Heavenly Parent, nevertheless, You never gave up on us. Thus You were able to find the victorious true parents, for whom You said You wished for so long, when all the people of the world are reborn through true parents and can be called my son, my daughter. There will be such happiness and delight on that day. Heavenly Parent, the true parent, true mother, the only begotten daughter of God, has come here today. Christianity did not know Your deep will or Jesus' essence, and they left a sorrowful history here in Africa on Gory Island. Where does Jesus' world of love your neighbors as yourself go? How could they treat people in this way because of the differences in skin color? Please remember the people of Africa who have endured and waited for more than 500 sorrowful years. Beloved Heavenly Parent, today in the name of true parents, I liberate the sorrowful spirits of Gory Island, and through a spiritual workshop conducted by Heavenly Parent, they can be resurrected as good spirits and return to earth and be with their descendants, so that Africa can become an Africa that can realize the dreams of one human family centered on Heavenly Parent and become the light and lamp of the world. Let us cooperate enthusiastically to achieve a world of no more conflict, suffering, or war. One world of complete harmony and unification centered on Heavenly Parent. I liberate and proclaim this in the name of true parents. Adieu. John 24:29. Seeing and believing. Now Thomas, called the twin, one of the 12, was not with them when Jesus came. The other disciples therefore said to him, "We have seen the Lord." So he said to them, "Unless I see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe." And after 8 days, his disciples were again inside, and Thomas not with them. Jesus came, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst, and said, "Peace to you." And he said to Thomas, "Reach your fingers here, and look at my hands. Reach your hand here, and put it into my side. Don't be unbelieving, but believing." And Thomas answered and said to him, "My Lord, my God." Jesus said to him, "Thomas, because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." Adieu.
Good morning. How are you doing? How was your last week? Okay. Were you very busy or still busy? I was very busy last week because we had, this week so many programs coming up. Today we have that ACLC blessing. You see that on the announcement. It's very important blessing we are preparing, and because of that blessing, I was getting so many calls from headquarters, and now this became one of the major program we are doing nationally as the starting of our national blessing movement, especially with ACLC churches. And this one, and today also we have another blessing in Archbishop Starling's Imani Temple, and also in Chicago, Pastor T.L. Barrett's church also organizing a blessing today. And so these three blessings are kind of a model blessing for ACLC churches, and that's why we really want to support ACLC, our entire membership to come and support them so that they can continue that. And I really want you to come and support tonight. This evening, it will start around 4 o'clock. And also in the announcement, we mentioned that there's $20 registration, but that's only if you want to join for the banquet. Otherwise, there is no fee. Just come and support. This is initially started with Reverend Sykes' heart to do something back to God and True Parents. On his 4th blessing anniversary, he received blessing 4 years ago in our church, and then he talked to, 4 years ago. And then he called us and asked us that, I want to do something on my blessing anniversary. I want to do a blessing program to as a thank you for True Parents and God. So I want everyone to come back and to really support him, that beautiful heart he had, and then let him continue that so that we can really heal True Parents, God's heart, True Parents' heart, really bless the entire America. Okay? And also so many more things coming. This Thursday we have God's Day celebration, 15th night, 7 p.m. we are having our God's Day pledge here. And also next Sunday we have our True Parents birthday anniversary, Sunday evening, so kind of very busy. This is the holiday season for us. Usually Christmas season is very busy for everyone, but actually our holiday for us, this is the season, okay? So please watch out, please watch your e-news properly so you can see all every week happening 2-3 events. That's why you can miss easily. So don't miss them. It's very important programs. And also, I really felt last week here we had Dr. Kim was here. That was really nice. And also we had our sub-regional directors, Reverend Demian Dungley and his wife's inauguration. That was really beautiful. And I'm glad that from our community, he got selected and he got inaugurated within our community. That's very good. And also we could hear that amazing, wonderful testimony from Dr. Kim after his experience in Africa. And in fact, for almost 1.5 month, this African summit is the important thing we were preparing. And I was really moved by the entire thing about that, I was intrigued by, wow, one president is organizing that. President is directly welcoming true parents. That's amazing. And so many other African nations, they are sending their delegates to African summit, and almost like I was really thrilled, feeling that, wow, we are going to grow very fast in Africa now, and also that program is going to impact the whole world. So it is so good for our movement, and the church is going to grow. But as it is getting closer, a few days before the actual summit happened, I had a chance to attend a meeting in headquarters, and where Mr. Mike McDavid gave some details about the program. Then he talked about, until then I never heard about that. He mentioned that True Mother is going to have a liberation ceremony in Goree Island. And somehow I never heard about Goree Island before. And also, he said that True Mother want to go there by herself and have a special ceremony there. And then from that point, I started kind of feeling, really seeing a different view or different aspect of African summit. Not the summit, but a mother's love towards humanity. And then again, while I was watching the program in Goree Island and to see the videos from there, I could feel that the most important thing True Mother wanted to do there was to really liberate the heart of the paining heart of Heavenly Parent, and to make sure that we as humanity, we are treating each other well. We are really treating each other as siblings. And the prayer she gave there, it was really heartfelt prayer, very, very moving prayer. And I want to show that prayer. And Sanhyo, can you play that video?
하늘 부모님, 얼마나 길고 먼 날들을 당신의 아들, 딸을 찾아 나오는 수고와 한많은 노정이 무지한 인간들로 말미암아 여러 번 하늘을 아프게 한 역사를 우리는 압니다. 하늘 부모님, 그러나 당신께서는 끝까지 저희를 버리지 않으십니다. 그리하여 그렇게도 소원하는 이 땅에 승리한 참 부모님을 찾으셨습니다. 세계 만민이 참 부모로 인하여서 거듭나게 될 때 하늘 부모님이 내 아들이다 딸이다 품으시는 그 기쁨과 환희의 그 한 날을 기억하옵니다. 하늘 부모님, 이제 오늘 여기에 참 부모, 참 어머니 독생녀로 왔습니다. 당신의 깊은 뜻과 예수님의 본질을 모르는 기독교 문화권은 오늘 이 아프리카의 고래섬에 비통한 역사를 남겼습니다. 어찌하여 내 이웃을 내 몸같이 사랑하라 하신 예수님의 말씀은 어디 가고 어떻게 피부색이 다르다 하여 인간 대접을 할 수 없었던 역사적인 그 한많은 세월을 500여 년간 참고 기다려온 이 아프리카의 백성들을 기억하여 주시옵소서. 사랑하옵는 하늘 부모님, 오늘 참 부모의 이름으로 지금까지 한이 맺혔던 이 고래섬의 영들을 해온 성사하여 하늘 부모님이 주관하시는 천상의 수련을 통해서 설령으로 부활하여 이 지상에 후손들에게 임하여 하늘 부모님을 중심 삼은 인류 한 가족의 꿈을 이룰 수 있는 이 아프리카가 되어 세계 앞에 빛이 되며 등불이 될 수 있는 더 이상의 갈등과 고통과 전쟁이 없는 하늘 부모님을 중심 삼고 완전히 하나된 화합과 통일의 세계를 이룩할 수 있는데 적극 협조하기를 참 부모님의 이름으로 해온 성사 하나이다.
No, you heard that prayer as our Hunduke today's reading also. I really felt that was one of the major reasons True Mother went there, to truly liberate that aching heart of God, to liberate that 500 years of history, painful history. And it's not just painful, it's really ugly history. And it's foul-smelling history. And that's where True Mother went. And many times, the world doesn't think about that so much. Maybe people who have that experience, they think about, they still suffer that, but many times we try to put it away. But unless it is healed, unless it is resolved, it's not going to end. And that's why True Mother went there in order to show us this is the history and this is the thing we need to have a liberation. This is something God really looking forward for so many years, and until our true parents go there and liberate, it's not going to happen. I felt God did not even have anyone God can share their difficulties with, or someone who could understand that. And here, True Mother going there in order to liberate God, in order to say sorry to God, think about that. Imagine, like we all have children, and one of our child mistreat another child continuously every day, year after year. What do you feel as a parent? And sometimes our children, maybe physically they look maybe different. One may be tall and another one may be short, and one may be smarter in school, another one may be not that much, and one may be we want to go to college, another one may not want to, and one person become, let's say, a big CEO in a company, and another person become another kind of labor worker. And do you have any difference? What do you, as a parent, would you think there is any difference between those children? Nobody want to say anything? I have 3 children. All 3 of them are different. And also I have my youngest daughter, Teresa. She has Down syndrome. And she doesn't understand the things if I ask her to do something, she may not do right away. And does that mean she is not important or not equal to other kids? To me, to both of us, for Rani and me, there's no difference. And we need more care to them, care to her. And so as my kids also do that. But if they I feel they are mistreating Teresa, I would be so sad. I don't want that to be happen. And then think about God as our heavenly parent, all of our parent, how God would think, how God is feeling when for so many years, for this past 500 years, like we have this problem in this world called slavery and racially mistreating people. God must be the person who is most sad about. And as a parental view, as a parent position, think about that. How sad is that for God? And that's why God really wanted True Mother to be there in order to liberate. And that is for us to understand also. Many times, I know about colonialism, I know about slavery and all these things, but it wasn't something I did not understand so deeply until I hear that somehow it really changed me. Somehow a little bit more deeper I could understand what happened, how human beings were treating each other so badly. Even True Mother saying that they went there as missionaries and they forget about why they went there. They forget about their original mission and then started mistreating people. And that's the way the entire colonialism started. But it did not went in a good way. How great it would have been if they were sharing the love of Christ, sharing the love of love, unconditional love, and all those things with them. It would have been, the world could have been a totally different world right now. And I felt it was something, it is not just something can be healed or resolved just with that one action or with an emancipation declaration, but as children of God, we needed to understand that. We needed to see that, and that's why our True Mother took us there. And even though we may not be there physically, but we all could see what happened there. We all could see the concern of our mother and how much a mother with a painful heart, she is worrying about her own children. And that's why we also really need to understand that. And I feel it is not just about that particular incident, but here in this world, there are so many more things. We need healing like that. Here in this world, later, the next day morning, True Mother was speaking in the victory celebration, saying that because of human fall, we had that problem of slavery. And also I believe that we have all the problems right now in this world, like men and women mistreating each other, especially putting down women, and also people mistreat each other based on which nationality they came from, and people mistreat based on how much money one have, how much money another person did not have, and also people mistreat based on which religion people belong to, and all kind of things. And I know in India, you may hear about this caste system. Have you heard about that? That's actually just very simply people put, like the people who does this particular job, they are the best people. And the next one, they are not as good, but they are okay. Then put down one by one like that, based on what kind of profession people are involved. I don't know how it was in the beginning, but now, right now it is getting better, but it become a very, very big problem that people totally started mistreating people. And then in someone who does like some little bit of kind of maybe doing cleaning stuff, or maybe doing some kind of really hard labor kind of work, they put them down way beyond below by saying, oh, they are not supposed to be in any class. So they are not even humans. How bad it is. This is like a children mistreating each other. This is in truly God's children do not see the value of another human being and putting them based on how much money they can make, how much intellect they have. That's not the value of human beings. And even now, all over the world, we have that. You know, somebody making like a $1 million a year, they think, or even other people also think, they are more important than someone who make like a $30,000 or $10,000 a year. And we need to change that. That's why true parents, for God and true parents, this is the most painful thing. They are going through this for so many years in order to change that understanding of us. We have that kind of bad way of understanding things. We really need to change that. And even after true parents blessed us with the interracial marriages, international marriages, interreligious marriages, still we do not fully understand that heart of true parents and that heart of heavenly parent. We really need to teach the world, show the world what kind of world are we making. You know, in that offering song today, we were singing that we are making a new world where kings and queens live together. We all, as children of God, princes and princesses, we have to have that kind of powerfully, we have to live together as children of God by totally treating each other well. And I do believe that this is not just this last 500 years of problem. It was even before that it was there. You know, today in reading, I read about, we heard that from John chapter 20, Jesus talking to Thomas and asking Thomas, come here and touch on my wounds and place your hands on my side so that you know I am Christ, I am Jesus. And I felt it is not just talking about physically understanding one person. It's not just understanding that, oh, this is Jesus. I don't need to worry. How is it possible? Jesus, when he was crucified just a few days ago, do you think Thomas cannot distinguish him? I think it was something deeper. I felt it was truly, Jesus was trying to show them what kind of difficulty he had gone through. And also it was not just for Thomas, you know, right before that passage, if you read that, Jesus, as soon as he came back, he was showing his wounds to other 10 disciples also. But just Thomas wasn't there, so he wanted to see that. But I felt it was not just the wounds, it was the entire life he had to go through. What kind of suffering God was going through. And then he said, Thomas, this is what I was going through in my life. This is what I was trying to restore. And this is what I wanted to create in this world. And also he said, you see, this is what God's children, these people are going through. We need to change that world. We were working together, but I'm not anymore in this world. I want you to continue that work. That's why I want to show you everything I went through. I want to show you the suffering God is going through. And I felt it was exactly the same thing our True Mother did. True Mother took us to Africa and showed how much suffering the people were going through. Human being selling another human being. A child selling another child. And putting him or her in chains and mistreating as if that's not a human being. I couldn't believe that. How could we change that? How can we change that kind of world? And I'm not saying that here because in our community we have that as a big problem. I'm saying this because God is trying to create a world where we all live together as children, His children, as Heavenly Parents' children, and treat each other as true siblings. In order to do that, we need our true parents in this world. And in order to achieve that, we need to have all of us with that proper understanding work together. In certain sense, we could go beyond the problems of racism, problems of slavery, and a lot of problems world has. But this world still, those are big problems. And only with our convinced actions and only with our determination and following true parents with that determination, we can change anything happening, those kind of things happening in this world. That's why True Mother took us there and showed us that this is the life of True Mother. And this is the life of Heavenly Parent. And I know that because Heavenly Parent told me, and I'm here to show you that. I'm here to pass that on to you. You are the only ones I have here. And you are the only ones God has in this world. And that's why you need to understand that properly. You need to think about your siblings. You need to think about this world. And you need to always constantly think about the world, what kind of world we are going to create. And that is what I understood from True Mother, from our beloved mother trying to convey to us. We are the only hope for the world. There is no way this world can be restored without us. And even now, what all kind of problems in this world we have. Imagine all this kind of, still lot of sexual exploitation happening in this world. People traffic people, like little girls and boys are being abducted and transported to another place as sex slaves. And people from many other places transport to other places and work in many unhygienic and underpaid situations. And our true mother thinking about that. And that's why last time when she gave Sanhak Peace Prize, she gave that to one person who is working with a lot of people who is, what is that word? I somehow, homeless people from around the world. And one lady who is teaching people in Afghanistan. Our true mother's heart is going to people who are suffering. And think about, I don't even know, you know that, organ trafficking. Do you know that happening? And people kind of stealing other people's organ and then sell that with a high price to another person. Think about that. And that is a new type of slavery happening. And we need to understand that. That's why True Mother taken us there. And this is my pain. This is the pain God is going through. And we need to stand firm with true parents and work with God in order to resolve this. And True Mother who has trust in us, who believe in our capacities and capabilities, she took us there and showed us that we need to solve this. And before I go to spirit world, I want you to understand that. And we, as her children, we need to understand that heart of our mother, a motherly heart flowing towards each and every one of us, which want each and every one of us treat each other well. Then only we can truly have a peaceful kingdom in this world. And then only we can really have our Heavenly Father, Heavenly Parent, feel happy. Otherwise, even if we become super rich, even if all of our church members and our movement, people who are part of our movement, become really successful in every way, still the Heavenly Parent can't be happy until we resolve these problems in the world. And that needs all of our actions, all of our attendance, and our participation in our following with the true parents with conviction. Then only we can really resolve that. And I want to share a part of True Mother's speech during that victory celebration. Let me read that for you. These are, I found out videos. I was looking for some transcript of True Mother's speech, and I couldn't find that, so I was watching a video over and over and then typing it. And it was really moving video, and I encourage you to watch that. I'll try to send that as part of e-news this week. And let me read some portion of that. I went to Goree Island. What I have found is that missionaries who came in the name of Christ from Europe, they came to Africa as missionaries, and they lost their original heart. They allow selfishness and self-centeredness take possession of them. How is it possible for 500 years Africa has to suffer under colonialism and slavery? How is it possible these colonizers did not even educate people there, did not share their blessings heaven has given to them? They stole the natural resources of this continent, and just because the skin color is different, they arrested and sold into slavery. They were mistreated and disrespected their rights. These missionaries acted against the principles of Christ. How could they act like that? From the point of view of True Mother, it's also True Mother saying, when I learned this, my heart was able to explode from pain. That's why, even though it was painful, I went to Goree Island personally. I wanted to liberate all these people who were taken as slaves. I wanted to liberate all the young people and all the families who suffered until now. I liberated Africa. This is from True Mother. And these racial problems are not just between black race and white race. And it's in every, sometimes even within a race, within even one race, people mistreat each other based on some differences they have. I know in South Asia, India and Pakistan, people, we are kind of same people, there's no difference. But because of some difference, this country, people from these countries hate each other. And think about the problems we have between Japan and Korea. And many, many more places. And we really need to be there with true parents to resolve this problem. And for us, it is not to, we are not thinking about and reminding ourselves in order to think badly about that or think bad about another person from another race, but for us to understand it was a pain God was suffering for so many years. We as chosen people of God, people who God trusted, people who were selected by God and true parents, we are here as God's troopers to work with God in order to resolve this problem in this world. And let us really completely commit ourselves that I'm here to resolve this problem. I'm here to relieve the heart of God. I'm here to really listen to my brothers and sisters who were ever been mistreated. And that mistreating is going on in this world, even in different ways like a bullying and all kind of things. And we need to change that. And with the True Mother's leadership, let us try our best so that all this injustice and miseries the world has, let us solve that. Let us be there with God and true parents. And I thank you for all of your participation here. And I thank you for your continuous investments in creating heavenly kingdom here in this world. Thank you. God bless you.